Welcome back to Fishmas. This is a series of videos that I'm bringing you every single day in December from the 1st to the 25th, 25 different videos in the run up to Christmas. So today we are doing a Bivvy review, and this is on the Camo version of the Fox Frontier Standard. So this is the Bivvy that I've been using for some time now. I upgraded from my old Bivvy, and this is one of the best purchases I've made in my fishing. I love it. I've used it several times, like I say, and in the winter months it keeps you warm and dry, and in the summer months it keeps you cool. So I've gone for the limited edition Camo. You can get it in just green. You can also get the Fox Frontier Light, the Fox Frontier X, and the Fox Frontier XD. They all have optional extras. You can get a front mozzie mesh, you can get a vapor peak as well, the ground sheet obviously. If you get the full shebang, you're looking at around 12 kilos, just under 12 kilos, but in mine, you'll see that I've taken things out. I don't use the ground sheet, so straight away I save myself a couple of kilos there. But you can take out things and add things or whatever, but that does make a big difference into how heavy this bag is. And to be honest with you, it's not very, I mean, I could probably lift it on one finger. It's slightly weighted because everything's down in that side, but yeah, it's not too bad at all. So let's set it up. All right, so here it is. I've put it up. I've not pegged it out yet, so I'm going to do that, and I've not put the vapor peak on yet. But just the first impressions, I've got a couple of storm poles to go in there. But if you saw me when I set it up, it's quite easy. Basically, you have these anti-twist lock legs that push into each other, keep it that sort of rigidity, and keeps it nice and sturdy. I do apologise that you might see a little bit of dirt on this one. I've been using it quite a bit, and in all weather conditions as well. So before I peg it out, I'm going to go through a few things. It comes with a standard door, which is like a sort of like a door that's the same sort of material as this, so it can keep it blacked out inside there, because this material is a 20,000 hydrostatic head, which keeps things very dry, and also it doesn't let a lot of light pass through it at all, so it keeps things very, very dark in there. You've also got a little block system up here, so once you fan the Bivvy out, you can just push these two sides up and then push this middle one straight up, and that's locked in place. When I take this down, I need to lift this one up and push that button and then fold them in, and it'll fold away. But you know my reviews are honest, and I'm going to show you me putting it up, and if I struggle a little bit just to get it exactly right and put it up, I'll show you that. I'm not going to lie, paint a picture and pretend everything's amazing if it's not. But in terms of getting that Bivvy up, that went up in, well, I don't know how long it was, but no more than a couple of minutes. It's worth noting that you do also get two other door options with this. You get the clear one, which is the one that I like to use. You also get a mozzie mesh one as well, which is good. The reason why I like having this one is because I don't mind light coming in through the Bivvy, and also I like to be able to see out I was using the mozzie mesh, but when it rains, even with the Vapor Peak on, if it comes through and you get that sideways rain, it does come through the mozzie mesh. So I found this was the best option for me. So the bag itself is, I don't know if it's oversized, but it's pretty big. You never really have too much difficulty getting everything back in there. You also have this, which is basically a sleeve for the block at the top, just to protect it. Always make sure you keep that safe and handy and put that on there to stop that from getting damaged. You then have 2 storm poles in here. Then I've obviously got the Vapor Peak in here, and all my pegs are in this one here. So let's get the Vapor Peak on, let's peg it out, let's get the storm poles on, and we'll take another look at it. Now I just want to add that I'm not trying to sell you this bivvy, I'm just giving you my opinion and my sort of overview of it from a personal sort of experience, you know. So if anybody's watching this, I don't want you to feel like, oh, he's trying to say it's amazing because he's trying to sell it to me. No one's asked me to do this. I'm doing this for you, to give you, you know, I know there's people that might be going, oh, I wonder what that bivvy's like. So I'm not going to give you all the aspects, I'm going to tell you from personal use if it's good or not. So I'm going to start off by saying that when I pegged it out, I didn't peg every single pegging point. I've just pegged the main 4. Sorry, there's one at the back. The main 5, should I say. Just to give it its sort of like as much space in there as I can and give it its rigidity. There's that word again. And I've put in a couple at the front, which actually usually I do put those in. But these ones on the side I don't tend to bother with. But there we go. I mean, I've never needed more pegs than that, so I'm quite happy about that. With the Vapor Peak, you just go along and you basically tighten it up with this Velcro, pull it down, tighten that up. You can just pull it over a little bit. I mean, you can get a bit OCD with it, I tend to. But if you always struggle when you're putting the Vapor Peak on and you don't know where to start, always start with the back. There's the logo here, and you know, once you get this back middle one on, then all the others just follow suit. And then, like I say, once you've pegged it down, got it in the position you want it, you can then go through, tighten up the Velcro, and then make it a bit tighter, just to give it a bit more shape and make sure that it looks good and it works exactly how you want it. Also, what I'm going to say is it does have on the front this sort of like lip as well, so if it rains and rain sort of collects on there, it doesn't, because the angle of it usually runs off. But if it runs forwards, because there's a little lip on there, it will run down the lip and drip off to the side. There's also rod straps on here, which are also very handy for if ever you're reeling your rods in for any reason, or if you want to put your spod rod on there, you can. So that's good. You get one either side. I always use them, which is good. And you can also use these ones on the Vapor Peak if you want your rod sort of on the side. Sometimes I use them. Or you can tie like a bin bag on there, or a carrier bag for anything like that. So now the bivvy's set up, let's get inside it. I haven't got my bed chair with me today, so I can't put that in there, but I do use a solar bed chair. I'll put it on screen now, exactly the model that I use, so you can see the specifications of that if you want to. It's not a small bed chair, but it's not a massive bed chair. It's just a sort of normal size. I suppose it's slightly bigger than my old one, but it fits in there very comfortably. It doesn't touch the sides. We have like maybe 1.5 inch gap all the way round, and you can push it right to the back, because this bivvy, it comes up quite high at the back, so you can push it right to the back and you've got a bit of headspace. So the storm poles are in. I do usually use them just because it gives it its shape, but then you've got, like I say, different options on doors, but I use a clear one, which the Velcro is very strong. There we go, and we're in. So you can see the sort of space that you have inside of it. Like I say, I personally don't use ground sheets, but on the Fox Frontiers you do have that sort of like, I don't know if you've seen it, but you have a ground sheet where you have like a sort of Velcro cutout at the front, so you can walk in there and not get everything dirty. But But there we go. So we've got a decent sort of amount of room in there. We've got 2 windows at the back, which I'll open in a minute for you guys to see. But let's take you inside. I don't know how much you're going to see here. Oh, there we go. You can still see quite a bit. So we're in here now. What I like about the sides as well is the sort of material, it goes down to the side, but you also get this in bit as well, which is good, because if ever it's raining, you don't get any water coming inside. You know what I mean? So if it was just a lot of bivvies, they just have a sort of like material that goes down and just stops. Sometimes it can drip in through the bottom, but this isn't going to do that. So you have 4 pockets, one here for maybe wallets, phones, receivers, and you have 2 up here, which are quite handy. And you also have, which I find is quite handy, this loop up here, which you can hang a receiver on, or a bivvy light. I put my bivvy light on there, which is good. And then if I zip this up, look, you guys can see, you can have it pretty much pitch black in here if you use the normal door. But like I say, I like to have that window because I like to be able to see out, see on the lake, and see my rods. You can also unzip the whole front panel if you want to. If in the summer or something you want it off, and you can zip it off right there. I mean, I've still got the storm poles on there, but I can take them off. But let me show you what it's like. If you want, you can take that whole front thing off. I mean, I could probably take them out of the storm poles. In fact, I'm not going to. I'm just going to push it down. But you guys can sort of see what it's like without the front panel on. I've personally never used it like that. But if you want to be able to see more of the lake, or if in the summer you want a bit more air coming in, you can take off that front panel. Let me quickly go and do the windows at the back. So on the standard front here, you get 2 large windows at the back. I know some other models have side windows as well, but on this one it's just at the back. So you've got a Velcro and a zip, and you can just unzip that, pull the Velcro off, and it's almost like a mozzie mesh window. So pull that up, fold that up, and there we go. Let me quickly sort these windows out and I'll show you. So there we go, that is the windows now both rolled up, and they do also have like a sort of like, if the water runs on there, it will push it away from the mozzie mesh, so it won't drip in to the bivvy. But there we go, we'll take a look at what it looks like from the inside so you guys can see out. There you go. So if you want to let a little bit more light in or a little bit more air in, then you can do that, and that is awesome. So there you go. Not only does it look cool, I mean, it does look awesome, doesn't it? It will keep you very dry, it will keep you very safe, warm or cool. And yeah, I would very much recommend this bivvy. Like I say, it's one of my best ever buys. I wouldn't go back, I wouldn't change to anything else. I absolutely love it. And like I said, I'm not here to sell it to you, so if it wasn't very good, I would say it's not very good. But honestly, it's an awesome bit of kit. Like I say, it looks super cool. And if there's one bit of advice I would give you, is get the Vapor Peak. Honestly, get the Vapor Peak. I did 2 nights on Berners Hall in the summer, and the first night it was really, really warm. I was like, it's not going to rain, don't need my Vapor Peak. And I woke up and it was wet inside the bivvy, and I was like, why is it wet? It's warm, but it was obviously condensation. So the second night, exactly the same, nice and warm, no rain. I put the Vapor Peak on and it was dry as a bone inside the bivvy. So I always use the Vapor Peak, so do get the Vapor Peak. This model you can get for around £450. Shop around, you might get it a bit cheaper. But yeah, I absolutely love it. The standard Fox Frontier. And in terms of size as well, for me, it's good enough. If I'm going to go to France, which I have got trips planned for, I might get the extension. I understand that's quite expensive, but if you're going to make a use out of it, and if you're going to go abroad fishing, you need that extra space, and it's worth it. But I'm quite short. I'm about 5'4", 5'5". So for me, that's perfect. If you are maybe 6 foot plus, you might want to get the X or the XD. Or if you just like having more space, then that would work. But a lot of the venues that I fish have small swims, and this small bivvy is perfect for me. Perfect for the small swims. And yeah, I can't be happier with it. It's very easy to pack up and obviously set up. So if you're an angler that's quite mobile, then obviously having a smaller bivvy again is beneficial to you. But there we go. That is the Fox Frontier standard camo bivvy review. Absolutely love it. Would definitely really advise getting one. And again, one of the best things I've bought in my fishing. Thanks for watching this one. I'll see you tomorrow at 1 p.m. We're getting closer to Christmas. Bish, bash, bosh.